In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest Bitcoin technical analysis as we recaptured 62 G's, baby. We'll also be discussing the number of crypto ATMs installed nears an all-time high record. That's what's up. As well as the SEC Sues Consensys claims the blockchain tech company acted as an unregistered securities broker via MetaMask, the wallet. We'll also be discussing Julian Assange now that he is free and what he believes about Bitcoin, as well as breaking news. Dell seriously considering Bitcoin. I'll be sharing the latest proof. In fact, some believe he's already smash buyed a tremendous amount of Bitcoin and can be Mr. 100. We'll also be discussing digital scarcity. Of course, with BTC, rich dad Robert Kiyosaki cautions against the Bitcoin ETFs and prefers owning real Bitcoin and projects Bitcoin to reach a staggering $350,000 per coin by August this year, 2024. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more, in today's show. If you're new to the channel, very important to smash those likes, subscribe, hit the bell icon, turn on all notifications, and please repost this over on X. Today is pod episode number 1686. I'm your host, JV. It's June 30th, 2024, the final day of the month. That's right. We're going to get a June monthly close on the Bitcoin charts. We'll be checking out some of the live Bitcoin price action. Bitcoin's up pumping. We recaptured 62 G's. Let's celebrate. Pump the likes, repost, spread the word. Church is in session. I'll be preaching the Holy Gospel of Satoshi for the next couple of hours. Let's dive right in, family. Kicking it off with our market watch, as we do each and every day. It's a beautiful thing to see the market back in the green. It's about time, eh? Bitcoin back above 62. And I'm projecting into the future. Soon enough, we'll be back above 70. Re-enter, price discovery, new all-time high. Send it. We have Ether trading back above 3,400. We have XRP in the green, Solana in the green, while Tron and Cardano correcting and in the red. And checking out the coin market cap, we can see there's currently a 2.29 trillion market cap. We have the Bitcoin market cap. That's the crypto market cap. The Bitcoin market cap itself is 1.2 trillion. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers for the past 24 hours. We got ENS, we got Near, we got Phantom, we got Ondo, we got Render, we got Athena. Which alts, fam, if any, are you most bullish on for this particular bull? Holla at your boy. And checking out the crypto bubbles to get a visual perspective on the daily. Finally, we flipped from 95% red to 95% green. Hallelujah. And on Sunday, family, that's just the way it is. Weekend pumpage. Let's go. And zoom it out on the monthly to get a broader perspective. Unfortunately, on a monthly scale, 95% of the market bleeding still and in the red, but we making a comeback. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index today, we're a 47 neutral. Yesterday, a 30 in fear. Last week, a 55. And last month, a 73. And what I mentioned yesterday, I love this data from the Fear and Greed Index, because the lower the number, but the more likely of a pump. And lo and behold, we hit a 30 yesterday, the lowest we've seen in a minute, and we just got a pretty decent pump. So let's freaking go. Pump it up. But anyways, let's dive right into our Bitcoin technical analysis. Check out some of the charts where the Bitcoin price action is likely to take us next. Headline reads, Bitcoin price gets interesting as triple candle close sees now 62,000 return. I'm also going to pull up some of the live charts, so stay tuned. So here we go. Bitcoin upped its volatility June 30th. Final day of the month as traders prepared for an interesting Bitcoin price move. Look at that green sexy candle on the 1 hour chart. Trading View showed Bitcoin hitting now above 62,000 on Bitstamp after recovering from roughly that 59,000 mark the other day. And quoting Dan Crypto Trades, 500 million plus in bids were placed below the price, but mostly pulled, and open interest is going up. Doubt we'll get our usual weekend price action as mentioned. Quite a lot of the action, relatively speaking, end of the quarter usually causes some interesting moves. So there you go, yo. And the latest data from CoinGlass showed 60,500 as the key downside liquidity level, with a cloud of bids extending towards 59.5. Liquidity to the upside shifted higher as the price headed beyond 61.6 on the day. So despite being down 2% week to date, Macau Van Day Pop shared the following: a pretty decent weekly candle for Bitcoin is approaching. I would expect the correction to be relatively over. We didn't get the most obvious deep corrections in the previous cycle cycles either. And he makes a good point. The chart put the bottom for Bitcoin during the trip to 56.5 at the start of May. Quarter two performance overall remained weak, with Bitcoin down roughly 14%, with June responsible for roughly 9% losses. Now, trader delays a $95,000 Bitcoin price bet. That's right. Bitquant called time on his expectations for Bitcoin imminently hitting 95 G's, baby. Quoting him here. I was wrong predicting Bitcoin's local top at 49,000 because Bitcoin reached 48.9, not 49. I was wrong calling a top at 75,000 in January because first, Bitcoin never reached 75, but reversed to 74.6. And second, it only got there in March. I was wrong then, and I'm wrong now predicting Bitcoin at 95,000. Bitquant nonetheless argued that nothing has changed. It's all same fundamentally, and that at some point, Bitcoin would climb to that target of 95 G's, baby. And if you'd love to see Bitcoin climb to 95 G's, make some noise. I also wanted to share this as a bonus. Distribution of 21 million Bitcoin is what it looked like in like a chart, pie chart. So here we go. 17% of all the biddies are lost forever. Thanks, Satoshi, for putting that in the algorithm of Bitcoin, because that just means we all get a raise and our Bitcoins are going to be worth that much more. You can see Satoshi's wallet has 5.2% of the biddies. The miners have 3.4%, 6.6% yet to be mined. Government has 2.7%. Bitcoin ETFs already have close to 4%, and the corporations have 3.6%. The majority individual, that is us, family, where my Bitcoiners at, with those sexy laser eyes and diamond hands. Make some noise. And now let's pull up some of the live charts for the fam here. You're looking here at the 1 month. We're going to start here, and then we'll zoom in. They say when in doubt, just zoom out. So we're going to start with the zoom out. So here we go. You should be able to see clearly here. This is live and in the flesh. This is live chart action, family. This is the 1 month via TradingView via Coinbase. We're sitting just at that 62,000 level on the exchange right now, and the indicators you see below the chart is the RSI. And then we have the MACD. And so, yeah, and is looking pretty bullish to me. A great stairways, little correction, stairways, little correction. Yeah, I mean, stairways, but overall, very bullish chart. Let's zoom into the 1 week right here. And we also have some targets going on. We have in the green there, you see a bullish pennant that is sitting at roughly the 88,000 mark. And then we have a target all the way sitting at 106,000, which would take us to six figures. Remember, family, when we hit six figures, we're going to be celebrating Bitcoin Fiesta, six-figure style here in Puerto Rico. Y'all invited. Make sure to join the Discord, discord.cryptonewsalerts.net, as we have a channel set up called Bitcoin 100K Fiesta, and I'm looking forward to meeting you and the rest of the fam. Let's zoom in a little more. That is the 1 week. Let's look at the 1 day. Bada boom, bada bing. This is the 1 day. A lot of action Jackson occurring here. We do have the bullish pennant target also at 106 on this 1 day chart. We also have a red target sitting at 73-ish. And then we do have some lower targets, one at 53 and also one at 47. Again, that's the daily chart. Let's zoom in a little bit more. Let's check out the 4-hour chart, one of my faves. And we got a lot of action here too. We do have a target all the way sitting at 73.5, which would take us back on the cusp of price discovery. And we do have a target to the bottom at 58.6. And again, this is the 4-hour chart. We're also going to check out the 1 hour. Check this out. And we're rising and ascending, so it's a good sign. We do have some green candles here, but we do have a bottom target sitting all the way down at 58.6. But let me know your thoughts, fam. Where do you feel the Bitcoin price action is likely to take us next entering July? Where do you feel the monthly close will be at? But let's dive into our next story of the day, We're going to be discussing Bitcoin ATMs. Headline reads, number of the crypto ATMs installed nears its all-time record. How many of you have actually used a Bitcoin ATM? Let me know. So yeah, the ATMs for crypto installed worldwide spiked almost 18% to 38,279 over the past year, inching closer to its record 39,541 set in December of 2022. I see them everywhere. Here in Puerto Rico, most of the gas stations have Bitcoin ATMs now, just FYI. And as of 2024, there have been 2,500 new crypto ATMs installed, indicating a positive trend compared to the net loss of 2,800 machines last year, according to Coin ATM Radar. The tally increased every month between July of 2023 and May of 2024. Installations from May to June fell by 115, but June rebounded strongly with a net increase of 377. Bitcoin Depot, CoinFlip, and Athena Bitcoin are the leading crypto ATM operators with 7,500 and 5,000 and 2,700 machines, respectively, as you can see here, leading the charts. Bitcoin Depot, CoinFlip, Athena, Bitstop. It looks like Rocket Coin, CoinHub, Margo, and the rest of them. So yeah, Bitcoin is by far the most popular crypto transacted with, while Bitcoin Cash, Ether, and Litecoin also feature prominently. More than 82% of the world's crypto ATMs are in the United States. So the USA is dominating with the ATMs, while Canada comes in second at 7.7%, while Australia, shout out to my Aussies, have seen a surge in installations, increasing nearly 17-fold to 1,100 machines over the last 2 years. That's a win. At the current installation rate, Australia is well positioned to surpass Europe's 1,584 ATMs. Other countries with significant crypto installations include Spain with 313, Poland 279, El Salvador 215. And I heard if you use an ATM in El Salvador, there are no fees. Bukele made sure to make it free, which is even that much cooler. Poland 211, Germany 177, and Hong Kong 169. Now, considering how small the island of Hong Kong is, that's pretty significant. And the same with El Salvador. Now, Romania, Georgia, Switzerland, Austria, New Zealand are the other countries with more than 100 ATMs. And amongst the 193 United Nations recognized countries worldwide, 72 of them host a crypto ATM. Now, between December 2022 and July 2023, installations experienced a significant net decline, reaching an 18-month low of 72,700, probably due to the bearish winter family. Now, Coin ATM Radar's data suggests crypto ATM manufacturer BitAccess contributed to the fall, with its net installations falling 26% from 9,100 in August of 2022 to 6,700 in January 2024. However, it managed to increase its net installations by 1,200 machines since then. So there you have it, fam. Let me know. But anyways, fam, let's continue. Still got a lot of news to share with the fam. The SEC's most recent lawsuit against Consensys, claiming the blockchain tech company acted as an unregistered securities broker via MetaMask. And how many of you have ever used MetaMask? Let me know. According to the recent court documents, the SEC says Consensys violated federal laws by failing to register with the regulatory agency as a securities broker. Quoting them here. Since October 2020, Consensys has acted as an unregistered broker of crypto asset securities through MetaMask swap service. Since January 2023, Consensys engaged in unregistered offering of the sale of securities in the form of crypto asset staking programs. Obviously, the feds hate staking programs. They go after them all, I think, because it undermines the United States banking system, family, and acted as an unregistered broker through its MetaMask staking service. By its conduct as an unregistered broker, Consensys collected over $250 million in fees. Now, furthermore, the SEC alleges the Consensys engaged in the sales of securities for crypto staking protocols Lido and Rocket Pool, quoting them again. In addition to operating as an unregistered broker with respect to MetaMask swaps, Consensys performs another traditional function of the securities market, offering and selling securitized. Now, specifically, Consensys offered and sold tens of thousands of securities for two issuers. That was Lido and Rocket Pool. By this conduct, Consensys acts as an underwriter of those securities and participates in the key points of their distribution. Consensys responded to the lawsuit, saying the SEC is engaging in regulatory overreach to expand its power. Quoting Consensys, the SEC has been pursuing an anti-crypto agenda led by ad hoc enforcement action. Almost sounds like the Hawk Tour. Just saying. This is just the latest example of the regulatory overreach, a transparent attempt to redefine well-established legal standards and expand the SEC's jurisdiction via the lawsuit. We are confident in our position that the SEC has not been granted authority. Respect my authority. Remember y'all, Cartman, old school? Anyways, to regulate the software interfaces like the MetaMask. Earlier in the year, the SEC sent Consensys a Wells notice after saying it was investigating whether the smart contract platform Ethereum was a security under its jurisdiction. However, Consensys said it received a notice that the regulatory agency ended its investigation into the firm earlier this month without taking any enforcement action, which ultimately seems they have gotten the green light from the SEC. Now, here's my two Satoshis. Consensys and the US government have been working together for quite some time. Consensys is the company ultimately behind Ethereum and also MetaMask. And I know they have been colluding and working together for quite some time. So this may just be smoke and mirrors. Clearly, the regulators want Ethereum, or they wouldn't have just recently gave it the green light. I updated the fam yesterday here in the pod. We were anticipating that ETH ETF to go live before July 4th for Independence Day holiday. They were expecting it to be July 2nd, but the regulators, according to their comments, have pushed that back. So we're unlikely to get the ETH ETF this week, but more than likely later on in July. Let me know your thoughts on all that. But anyways, let's dive into our next story of the day. Julian Assange. This is actually a pretty cool little story. Now that he is a free man, here's what he believes about Bitcoin. Free speech champs across the world celebrated earlier this week. Free Assange. I still can't believe that they actually did it. I think this is a huge W for us freedompreneurs family. During his more than a decade-long legal battle to escape persecution from multiple national governments, Assange often leaned on crypto to drive global fundraising campaigns to secure his freedom. A newly resurfaced video from years before Assange's arrest shows him praising crypto as a powerful tool for freedom. That's right, going back to September of 2014. Clip shared by MicroStrategy Executive Chair Mikey Saylor. Assange calls Bitcoin the most interesting intellectual development on the internet. I'm going to repeat that. The most interesting intellectual development on the internet since the network's inception in '09, quoting him more so here. A lot of the people who have heard about Bitcoin don't really understand it. He said, it is a currency that cryptographically backed and multi-jurisdictional, which means it is very hard for any one power group to start turning it into a rent-seeking apparatus. Now, years after that speech, countries like El Salvador, shout out El Salvador, and companies like Strike have begun leveraging the biddies as a tool for sending and receiving cheap, instant global remittances. Moreover, Bitcoin and crypto have become leading tools for easily funding global humanitarian movements, including Ukraine's military defense against Russia or Israel's support for victims of Hamas. Yet, this isn't even one of Bitcoin's primary benefits, according to Julian. One of the network's best qualities, he said, is the ability to defend itself or the people who use it against even the full might of a superpower. That's right. So here you go. Another quote. The other underlying basic technology is proof of publication at a particular time, with Bitcoin blockchain operating a ledger of true events that cannot be altered, unlike Ethereum. He argued that the network can break Orwell's dictum, arguing that he who controls the present controls the past. And indeed, Bitcoin has been used repeatedly as a tool for bypassing sanctions placed by national governments, for better or for worse. In 2022, the Canadian trucker convoy protested nationwide vaccine mandates and turned to Bitcoin to raise funds when traditional payment platforms like GoFundMe blocked donations, as well as PayPal. So F the two of them and let's go biddies. Now, Julian himself turned to crypto for funding after being jailed in the UK, including over 54 million in ETH through the Assange DAO. That's right. Check it. That's a big expansion we're about to see in the biddies. It all drives a form of basic premise, he concluded. You can prove a particular contract happened at a particular time globally. All hail the time chain, in which is now referred to as the blockchain. So there you have it. Crypto fam, I think it's brilliant. And of course, if he didn't have Bitcoin, he wouldn't have been able to raise all of that money. So imagine if Bitcoin didn't exist and we were at the mercy of these corrupt government-controlled payment processors like a PayPal or crap like that. Jesus Christ. Anyways, fam, we still got a lot more to share. So let's dive into our next story of the day, The latest with Michael Dell, the 14th wealthiest man on paper in the world. Massive company sitting on billions of dollars. Don't want to be losing those dollars like a melting ice cube. Is he already in Bitcoin? Is he mass buying as we speak? Let's discuss it. The headline reads, Michael Dell is seriously considering Bitcoin. Here's new proof. Also, he shared that poll I'm going to share in a second. This was another headline. Billionaire Michael Dell and Michael Saylor exchanged dialogue on Bitcoin. And in fact, Michael Dell actually posted the meme of the Cookie Monster going ham, eating the biddies. If that's not a sign I don't know what is, yo. And he also shared this poll, the most important thing. And 43% of you said Bitcoin. 39% of you said love and relationships. So that means Bitcoin is more important than love and relationships. Take that. 8% said none of the above. I find this very interesting. And this was out of 650,000 votes. Shout out Michael Dell. Anyways, here's a little deeper into the story. Dell was seen asking his followers through the poll, which I just shared, what's most important. He named the 4 key things, including AI, Bitcoin, love and relationships. And clearly, everyone said Bitcoin, which is very interesting, the most important thing. Now, featuring Bitcoin on the list of options suggests that Dell may actually be getting more interested in the biddies. This comes only a few days after MicroStrategy founder Mikey Saylor tried to tout Bitcoin to the businessmen. Now, a week ago, Dell tweeted about the value of scarcity, which prompted a response from Saylor, who emphasized Bitcoin is digital scarcity. He later reposted Saylor's comment and shared a meme featuring Sesame Street, Cookie Monster, with the biddies. This further fueled discussions on social media about the possibility of more profound interest in digital currencies. Dell's X post suggests possible alignment with the idea of Bitcoin as a valuable asset due to the limited nature. While his post had a playful tone, it did not fail to raise questions in the hearts of crypto members about Dell's possibly newfound interest. It's also worth noting that several institutional investors are gradually adopting a Bitcoin strategy. Even Dell Technologies once adopted Bitcoin as a payment for means in 2014. I didn't even know that. However, in 2017, low demand forced the company to cease the Bitcoin payments. The digital asset industry has seen a higher Bitcoin demand, evident in the launch of the spot Bitcoin ETF, which officially went live this year, January 11th. We're approaching 6 months. This revival in demand may cause Dell Technologies to venture into investing into Bitcoin once again. Now, I also recently heard, family, that there was just a massive sell of Dell stock for like $1.5 billion. If this is true, that may mean that $1.5 billion may be going right into Bitcoin. Also, there's rumors. We don't know. It's all speculation at this point. But Mr. 100 started accumulating Bitcoin again after quieting down for a little bit. And some people are believing that can be Michael Dell. But what are your 2 thoughts, family? And what would that do if another major company was able to buy billions of dollars of Bitcoin and put it on the balance sheet as a strategic reserve asset? Because otherwise, it's going to be burning hundreds of millions per year. If you run the math with how much capital, how much dry powder that Dell has access to, right? What's the greatest vehicle to park that capital in to maintain its value? Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. There is no second best. Now for our feature story of the day, let's discuss the latest with what's happening from Rich Dad Robert Kiyosaki. He cautions against Bitcoin ETFs, prefers owning real Bitcoin, and I couldn't agree more with that. And a quick shout out to Chandy. It looks like she just hooked up, you guys. 5 memberships have just been gifted on behalf of the creator of the greatest Bitcoin music of all time. Just saying. So yeah, shout out Jason Jones, shout out YD1983, shout out Born to Code, Matt Baker, Ryan Nelson, and the rest of the fam who have just been hooked up with the MicroStrategy membership of the channel. On behalf of Chandy, and please subscribe to her channel, is Chandy10 Music. She just smashed 10,000 subscribers today. I'm very proud of her, and she's on her way to 20,000 subs. Let's make it happen, and let's get right back into the action, shall we? So yeah, let's break down the latest from Rich Dad, shall we? Robert Kiyosaki explained on X why he does not invest in Bitcoin ETFs, stating that he avoids them for the same reason he does not buy gold or silver ETFs. Here's what he shared. ETFs are fake gold, silver, or Bitcoin. So he's ultimately calling the Bitcoin ETF fake Bitcoin. And I agree with him 100%. I was going to say sampling him here, quoting him here. For example, a gold ETF can sell 1 ounce of gold 100 times and more via one ETF. Derivatives, fam. Derivatives are weapons, financial weapons of mass destruction. That is why I own real gold, silver, and the real Bitcoin and keep them very safe away from banks and Wall Street bankers. Sage advice. If you're not self-custodying your biddies, they can be confiscated. You need to be aware of that, family. And that goes for Bitcoin on an exchange, Bitcoin in an ETF, nacho keys, nacho cheese, big dog. Kiyosaki has been vocal about his distrust of the Biden administration. Yeah, nobody trusts that mofo. The Federal Reserve, the Treasury, and the Wall Street bankers. Down with the bankers. He frequently criticizes these institutions for practices he believes harm the financial well-being of the average person. Moreover, he accuses Wall Street bankers of prioritizing their profits over the interest of ordinary investors. Facts, facts, facts. In April, Rich Dad similarly explained why he won't buy Bitcoin ETFs, even as the spot Bitcoin ETFs become a hot asset with significant inflows following the approval of the U.S. SEC ETFs. There, yo. Recently, the renowned investor disclosed that he purchased 60 biddies at $6,000 each, which means he's up, what, 10x from those investments on the 60 Bitcoins? Well done. And he also says he continues to stack the biddies every month. Despite Bitcoin crash, and he remains committed to holding his investment, following the strategy of Berkshire Hathaway CEO Warren Buffett, which focuses on buying and holding assets. Now, Kiyosaki believes Bitcoin is the easiest way to become a millionaire, previously predicting the price to reach $350,000 per biddy by August this year, family, right around the corner. He consistently urged investors to buy the biddies before the price surges, expressing frustration over hearing lame excuses from people when he recommends Bitcoin to them. You've all heard these lame excuses, haven't you? Anyways, I'm going to read to you the actual thread of the tweet he shared on June 5th, where he discusses this massive prediction. This is quoting Rich Dad Robert Kiyosaki, verbatim, word for word. Bitcoin will be $350,000 by August 25th, 2024. It's not a lie. Now, I respect the fact he gives an exact date. He says August 25th, we'll hit 350. It is a prediction. It's speculation. It's an opinion, but it is not a lie. It is a sucker's bait, but it is not a lie, because any prediction about the future is not a lie. I want $350,000 Bitcoin to be a fact, and I want it to be true, but it is only a prediction. I am confident Bitcoin will hit $350,000 sometime in 2024, but it is only a target, a dream, and a wish. I keep buying more Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. Now, this is the first time I saw Rich Dad actually announce he was buying other crypto assets besides Bitcoin. So for the first time, he says, I keep buying more Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana because quite certain their prices will continue to rise. Why am I so confident? It is because I am certain about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. My answer is no. What I'm confident of is the incompetence of our leaders, President Stinky Pants Biden, Treasury Secretary Yellen, Miss Binance, and Fed Chair Jay Powell. Those are the three stooges in real life. And I am certain, I am very confident about their incompetence. Take care. Buy more gold, silver, Bitcoin, Solana, and Ethereum. Protect yourself from the three stooges. So there you have it, family. Shout out Rich Dad Robert Kiyosaki. I'm a fan, but I disagree. I'm not all down with this, some of the other things he references, keeping it 100. Personally, I love what he talks about with Bitcoin, but regarding some of the other stuff, I have no interest in, but that's just me. To each their own. I don't judge, but I wish him all the success in the world. I've been following Rich Dad since I read Rich Dad Poor Dad as I was a young entrepreneur, and I have a lot of respect for him, so shout out Rich Dad. Let me know your thoughts regarding his very bullish and bold price prediction of 350 Gs by August. What do you say, August 24th of this year? That's right around the corner, family. Let me know. I'm going to read the comments out loud. Matt Chandy, you're a legend. Thanks for the subscription. I only realized yesterday I lost my star, but couldn't sub again while live. Scan says, Hodl Life, where you at? Kiyosaki owns gold and did not understand that the price of gold is made with the paper gold. Well, you got to keep in mind, he's been a gold investor for like decades, because back when I used to read his books, it was gold, gold, gold. But this was even before Bitcoin existed, before Bitcoin was on the radar. So he's always been bullish to gold, but I agree with that sentiment. Gold is heavily, obviously, manipulated. JP Morgan Chase has paid fines north of $900 million for spoofing precious metal markets. They can control the supply. And if the government, regulators, whomever has control over the supply, you're never going to see true price discovery. Only Bitcoin, which has a finite limited supply, will you ever see true price discovery, because there's true scarcity. You can never print more than the 21 million, right? Written in the code. Whereas with gold, they want to, bring down the value of gold so don't undermine the value of the dollar or the legacy banking system for the central banking cartels. They just find more in the earth. Maybe there's infinite gold for all we know. Who knows? Just saying, family. This kid got Binance 100. Binance. I like Rich Dad. Me too. Respect to the Rich Dad. JV, been watching you for a while, keeping the good work. You're my nighty view. I appreciate my nighty news. Respect, family. Shout out, Serge. Appreciate you, brother. Like crypto isn't manipulated. Everything's manipulated to a degree. Don't get it twisted. But precious metals are heavily manipulated, and JP Morgan Chase alone has paid billions upon billions and billions of dollars in fines over the years, specifically for manipulating gold and precious metal prices. You can look that up. That's like, you know what I mean? News stories left and right. In fact, there was a song made about it with Jamie Dimon. This is the jam.
Bitcoin, etc. You pointed out the only true use case for it is criminals.
If you actually watch the music video that was made for that song, you'll see all the articles referenced for Jamie Dimon, you know, JP Morgan Chase, $900 million fine, this fine, this fine. They're corrupt as a mofo. So with Bitcoin, is Larry Fink, Mr. Lawrence Fink, CEO of BlackRock, probably doing something we don't want to happen, such as manipulating stuff in such a way? Absolutely. However, there's a degree, there's levels to this ish, fam. There's levels, and there's a devil at every level, and Bitcoin will conquer all the devils at every level. Mark my words. Just saying.